everyone, welcome to the Ed Chronicles, the show where we have real conversations and stories and fresh perspective on education, money, career growth, and experiences that shape us. This is our first episode, and we're going to be talking something exciting today around professional certifications in 2026. Is global relevance? Is it what the cost or is it just hype? And I have an amazing guest with me here who is a certified professional management professional and is also the general manager of edubanc. Samuel, welcome.
Hi, Stephanie. Good day.
Welcome to the show. We're excited to have you here today.
Thank you.
Without wasting time, we want to know who you are, what your world is like, and what you do.
Thank you. My name is Samuel. As you introduced me, I'm the general manager for edubanc. What do we do at edubanc? We provide educational solutions, and you can see from the name edubanc, though we're not a licensed bank, but it's EDUBNC, edubanc, so not bank, but we do educational technology solutions and financing. So primary school, secondary school, finance parents, tertiary institutions, postgraduate certifications, like what we're discussing here, we finance people to do it. By that, I mean, we give loans to people, we support people, and do different things. So my day really revolves around ensuring that works. I mean, I have product managers, project managers, marketing folks, salespeople. So ensuring all of that work, sometimes we launch new products. I have to, from ideation to strategy to designing the product and making it work, a whole lot of things, but essentially ensuring that we deliver the value we intend to deliver in the education space. So my day revolves around that. And why I said that is because my day is not exactly specific, like, oh, this is exactly how I do. I wake up in the morning and I do this and I do that and all of that, because it's a startup, so we do a lot of things. Maybe one of the constant things would be that I take time to read. So usually I take time to read sometime in the morning for at least an hour. So maybe that's one of the constants, but it could be many things. I could be planning a strategy session. It could be just me, myself, ideating. It could be with my team. It could be sometimes sales calls, so we go meet people or meet people virtually. So my day is multifaceted depending on what's happening at the time.
Amazing. That's interesting. So I heard through the grapevine that you're PMP certified. And that's one of the reasons that we have you here with us today. So walk us through how that happened and what it's like.
PMP, project management professional. So why I made a decision to become certified is, one, generally, certification helps your branding, your image. It's sort of like, it can serve as a stamp to what you already do, what you already know. So you want to formalize it. So PMP is one of those things. A lot of what we do at edubanc is projects. And because of that, I already do quite a number of project management and product. I do a lot of product management too. And product management is like continuous project management in a way. Okay. Yeah. And I wanted to formalize the knowledge because I know that I already do these things. In fact, I already follow a lot of the processes because, of course, apart from going for the certification, I read up. So I've taken courses on it, I've read up on it, but I thought about it that it makes sense for me to formalize it. And that's why I went for the project management professional exam certification. Interestingly, I'd actually attempted to write the exam. Now, this was last year. I'd attempted to write it some 3-4 years ago. But I couldn't follow through at the time. There was a lot of work, distraction, and so I couldn't follow through. But for this, it was one of my goals 2 years ago that I'm just going to go ahead and write the exam. So I went ahead, paid for it, and committed myself to it. And now I'm certified.
That's very interesting to hear. So I'm just the host, Stephanie, and I would say I have little knowledge about PMP. But I've been very curious, and I need to ask, is it that university degree alone, as at now, it's not enough to put people forward globally when it comes to their career? What is the instant credibility that the title that comes with professional certification gives people that makes it that when they walk into a boardroom, before they even speak, they are perceived as more important?
That's an interesting question, So university certification is still very valid, and I can't even say it's not valid. It is practically and very valid. But in life, it's somewhat about demand and supply. Now, if you are familiar with the African educational system generally, quite some years back, maybe going back 50, 60 years now, people don't even do university. Once you finish secondary school or so, you just go to a technical college, and that is enough for you to live a good life. But now, quite a number of people are going to universities too. So the supply is high. So generally, in a world of demand and supply, whatever the supply is high, it means that you can get it, but you might still not get effective demand for it. So you need to keep getting things that can help you stand apart. So get a university degree if you can, by all means. But then a certification is an added on advantage for you. Because just imagine, for example, you graduated with a bachelor's degree, let's say second class, upper or first class. We have thousands of other graduates who have the same thing. So what other thing can set you apart? So that's where certifications come in, because it can then give you, it can set you apart significantly. And what branding? The branding is in the name. Just the same way a person gets a bachelor's will say, oh yeah, I'm a bachelor's graduate, a master's graduate. So if you add the additional advantage like a PMP, a CFA and stuff like that, is an additional branding. And actually, the branding is not just branding for the sake of it. It is actually because it is a body of knowledge that it is expected that you have gained in the process of getting the certification.
So it's not just about the paper.
Yes, you are getting something. For example, studying for PMP, as I said, some of those I do already. But I have to read up, take course to prepare for the exam so I have to understand a couple more things. Sometimes there are things you do, you don't even understand why. Just, this is what people do, so you just do it too. But writing the exam, you have to understand why. Okay, why do we handle the project like this in this kind of situation? What do you do and all of that? Yeah. So passing through that body of knowledge and passing the exam is what gives you that branding. So that's really what it does for you, certifications.
Okay. So real talk here, if I come to you now and say, Samuel, I want to do this, what is involved? Like money, when it comes financially, is it thousands, millions?
Okay, so I will start with PMP specifically, which is what I have written, and maybe just mention a couple of things around some other certifications. Yeah. So for project management professional, I think the body is headquartered in UK, I think, and is it UK or US? I think it's UK. The exam costs $555. Now that's for non-members. For members, it costs $405. Now, to register as a new member, it costs $129.
Okay.
Now, if you add $129 with $405, it's still 500 and something, but less than $555. So you can choose any of the two ways. You don't want to register as a member, just go ahead and write the exam. But before you can write the exam, you have to do a course with a certified partner. So PMI rather, that's the body, Project Management Institute, have bodies of certified trainers that you can do a course with. So you have to do a course with one of those certified trainers that they have to give you a certificate, because while you're applying for the exam, you have to also submit the certificate given by one of your partners. So the cost of the exam varies, because depending on the specific partner you are taking the course with, it determines how much, but the cost of the exam itself is either the 555 as a non-member or 405 as a member. Personally, I would say, since looking at it just based on financial terms, registering as a member and writing the exam pays you more, because you also get advantages of being a member, webinars, access to some resources and things like that. So it just pays, and financially it's cheaper to just register as a member than a non-member in writing the certification. And then whatever partner you choose also then determine the additional cost. But you definitely have to get a partner. I would also like to add, you had mentioned what does it entails. You are supposed to have I think 100 hours or 160 hours, I will have to confirm that, but you can check Google, yeah, of project management hours that you have, work time for project management. Now, the thing is, there are different qualifications based on different grades. Like if you have a degree, I think it's lower than for someone who doesn't have a degree. A bachelor's degree. So different stuff like that. But you have to have that certain number of hours of project management work for you to apply. Because while filling for the application, you're going to have to fill in. And why they don't check for everybody, they do random sampling. I honestly don't know how they do it, but random, such that you can pick an application randomly and then they want to validate it, which means like if you apply, you can pick your application and validate it, because while you are filling the project management hours that you've spent on, you also note the people you worked with, and then they would ask you to validate. So you will have to like send documents to the people you indicated that you did the project management work with, and stuff like that. And lastly, many people avoid writing the exam despite the fact that they've done project management work.
Why is that though?
Yeah, they don't know. They don't know that they've done it. So for example, someone can say, oh, I just have 2-3 years or maybe 1 year direct project management experience, forgetting that maybe in their non-corporate work activities, for example, maybe in church, you have done project management things that you can add as part of your project management experience. So because they don't know those things, people volunteer for NGOs, for different things. Maybe in Nigeria, for example, they have youth corps members. You serve for 1 year, and doing those projects, sometimes you do projects and all of that. So you can combine all of those things together. So far, there are people in those places who can validate that you did it, to ensure that you cover the hours required for getting a project management certification.
Okay, so round figure, someone should expect to spend roughly like over 500 million.
No, definitely over 500 million. Let's say training and exam, somewhere between 900 to 1.1 million. 900,000 to 1.1 million naira.
Okay, wow, that's interesting. So we went on Twitter and we saw that people have a lot of things to say concerning certifications and PMP. And I'm just going to throw some of them at you, and so like you react to some of them. Okay, so here's this tweet from Agbeke. After I write this PMP, I'm not taking any job less than 900K per month net. Orimiti Gonawa. I don't know if I
Orimiti
Gonawa correctly.
Like the head is hot.
So what do you have to say to that? Because that's why we had to talk about the cost.
The cost, but not just the cost. The week I wrote my exam, we had a downtime on one of our products, and I was literally in meetings with my engineers and product people almost all day. The day to the exam, I was in meeting with them up to like 11 p.m. and I was writing the exam 9 a.m. the next morning. It's funny. When I was a student, it was easier because, well, you are focused on reading. But here you are working. I'm literally working, doing my day job and still preparing for an exam, and it is hard. It is hard. I would not lie. You have to understand it, and because it's not something you can just cram. You actually have to understand it. So I can feel what she's saying. Like after the exam,
all those investments.
Yes, it's not easy actually. It's not easy, but it's one of the advantages.
Something realistic. What she's asking for, like that amount of increment in your salary.
It depends on where she's coming from, really. What's her work experience before then? What field is she working? Because we do projects in different fields, so you cannot. And different fields have like different pay structures: construction, oil and gas, and whether we're in digital product, finance, and different things like that. It is possible, definitely possible, but it has a lot to do with where she's coming from before writing the exam. The PMP will be like a stamp on wherever she's coming from before writing the exam. So based off her years of experience, what she can do with the PMP, it can give her a launch pad to then get something solid.
Okay. So here's another one. This is from Glorious God. Is it bad for a graduate to be fully dependent on his certificate alone, not wanting to learn any skill, but just believing that the certificate is enough to secure a job?
That's bachelor's degree certificate, yeah.
I think
that's
so.
when you say graduate, that's what I interpreted it as.
Okay.
Is it bad? So, as a graduate, there are different pathways. But honestly, if you can get a certification or work experience, it works for you. So it is not cool for you to want to depend on your certificate alone. You should try to get other things. Now, it is possible, practically very possible for you to use your certificate alone to get a job. And the reason is simple. There are quite a number of companies that take graduate training, graduate programs. And the graduate program is literally for fresh graduates. You just come in, be a core member, you can come into the graduate program. So it is possible. But don't think that you should just want to depend on that. If you have an opportunity to get other things, or go all the way to get it, because you will be competing with people who might likely have the other things. And if you are competing with people who have other things that employers are interested in, they will take all the others first before they take you.
Yeah. Okay. So I have one more, and this is actually controversial because this person is saying, "Don't lie. Have you ever hired someone because they have CIPM, associate CIPM?"
So I'm not in that's an HR. That's an HR.
Okay, so it's not
certification.
Linked to PMP.
No. CIPM is an HR certification. So I don't do HR. So no. But let me put some sort of clarity on what I said about certifications generally. Certifications is a top-up branding on who you are and where you are. If as a fresh graduate you are doing a certification, it works, but you should also get practical experience in the field. So certification is not just that, I graduated, and in fact, you cannot, except you cheated or be fraudulent somehow, you cannot, for example, just graduate and get a PMP certification. You don't have project management work experience. There's actually a certification for if you don't have work experience. It's called CIPM. That's Certified Associate Project Manager. It's a certification to the same PMI. That's Project Management Institute. Okay. But that's for if you don't have experience. So that would also give you a foot in the door, because I interview people for even graduate trainees too. I see someone who has CIPM or something and someone who doesn't have. And if, for example, most of the other grading they are the same, I will take the person who has CIPM because that's an added advantage. Yes. So that's the word. That's what certification gives you. It's a leverage over from where you're coming from. Okay. So as a fresh graduate, if you get a certification in your field, excellent, because it's a leverage for you. And if you can get the experience here, add it to it, and it makes a lot of sense for you.
Okay, so that's very interesting. And I'm sure viewers at home are enjoying the conversation so far and learning a lot. So before we wrap up, I know some people are sitting down watching and probably thinking, oh, I'm interested in this. Oh, I didn't think that this was necessary. So what will you advise? Where's the first step? What should they be thinking of to do first? And how do they go from depending on their career path?
Okay, so you mean interested in certification, generally, not necessarily project management professional. Okay, one of the things I probably need to even say first, because I've seen this happen, especially for core members in camp, is you see so many people come and say, yeah, come and get certified in this, Nebosh. If you get this certification, they will give you a job in oil companies and all of that. Let me just know that there are a lot of certifications that are not really relevant, that they just come and bamboozle you. So be careful. But practical advice I would give, for example, if you're in finance, that's for chartered accountant, or ACCA, that's UK chartered accountant is very relevant. Finance accounting, or CFA. I remember I was at a session and the treasurer of a bank, an international bank in this country, was there, and just asked that then I was in entry level. Just asked, who is writing CFA here? He said, oh, yeah, I'm writing CFA. I said, okay, get my card. You need to come and work with me in my team.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Wow.
So CFA is one of the exams that finance folks do, and it gives them leverage. In fact, I just remember now.
Is it more than ICANN?
So ICANN is a chartered accountant. CFA is for finance.
Okay.
So it's still like in the finance field and all, but ICANN is accounting. CFA is you want to be a finance professional.
Okay.
One of my friends at the time was trying to move to Canada. He got a job from Nigeria with one of the global rating agencies from Canada while he's still in Nigeria, because at that time he had passed the CFA level 2. CFA had 3 levels. So if you are someone who is in finance, maybe economics, actually you can even study engineering and still be in the finance. CFA is one of those courses that certifications that if you do, I mean, it is expensive and it is tough to pass, but there is almost no way that you do CFA, for example, and you are wanting for a job. Like, it is almost impossible for you to then be looking for a job. I mean, you will get a job. So certifications are like that. And CFA is one of those that is like that. But many other certifications too can be a lever for you. As I mentioned, CIPM and PMP, which I have, which is for project management professionals. And a certification like PMP is not in a specific field, like ICANN, ACCA. Those are specific fields, finance. And you can be a non-finance person and want to verge into finance. But project management, because in literally all kinds of fields and areas, we have project management. So you can do a project management professional certification in then you would then apply it to your field. So if you want to start, the practical advice I will give, because I consider that different people are watching this from different fields, is that go look at the seniors in your field. What kind of certifications do they do? Okay. LinkedIn is one of what you can use. Like, go look at it. The field you are looking at exploring, go and look at maybe the top 30 people in that field. Go look them up on LinkedIn. What kind of certification do they do? And then if you have people you can speak to also. Mind you, people who are successful, because sometimes people go and talk to people who are not actually successful and they give them bad advice, and then they wonder why it did not work. So that's one of the things you can do. People who are successful in the field, and ask them, okay, I want to explore this field. What are the things I can do? So they can tell you, okay, the certifications you can do. Maybe, in fact, it can be some other courses you can do. Some field, it can even be going for a master's that can position you. And it can even tell you that, okay, for the master's, these are the kind of things, these are the places you should go specifically for the master's, and not some of these other universities. So that's what I would say, really. And then, of course, in the world of AI, ask artificial intelligence, call up Gemini, ChatGPT and whatever, and
to be your career assistant.
Yes, like, okay, this is what I have, this is what I do, and I want to be this, and that. Also, you need to be mindful of where exactly you are going. For example, I mentioned ACCA for UK. Quite a number of people in Nigeria also write ACCA, and it gives you leverage. But if you write ACCA, you still have to write ICANN if you are practicing as an accountant in Nigeria, because that is what is recognized. Why ACCA will also give you leverage. And by the way, ACCA and ICANN, I mean the bodies, they have an MOU. So if you wrote any of them, like you are certified in any of them, the exams you need to write for the other will be less than half of the typical exams people write. So yes, those are the things to consider. So if, for example, you are then planning to relocate to UK, you should then begin to write ACCA already. I mean, you are in the accounting and you're planning to relocate to UK. For example, too, project management professional is recognized very much. I mean, the leverage it gives you leverage in Africa, it gives you leverage in Europe, UK, and other European countries.
What about the
US? If it is US, what is more recognized is Prince 2.
Prince 2?
Yes, it's a project management certification too. Okay. So if you are, for example, planning to relocate to US, then you should already be looking at Prince 2 and not PMP. So one of what I would also advise is, if you're planning to relocate, for example, to another country, go look at the successful people in those countries in your field. What are the kind of certifications they are writing? And then it will give you an idea of the kind of things you can write.
Wow, okay. Thank you so much, Samuel. Like that's a whole
Yeah.
lot to unpack. Personally, I think I'm going to be more interested in taking up certifications, and it's been
Yeah.
amazing time having you here. I appreciate
Thank you
you
for
joining
having
us,
me.
and I really hope you join us soon. And but I would like to tell the viewers at home that are watching us that if you want to learn more from Samuel, you can catch him on LinkedIn, on Twitter, Samuel Omokanye. Do I need to add the PMP? So check him out. He puts out engaging inspirational posts on LinkedIn, Twitter specifically. So thank you so much, Samuel, once again.
Thank
It's
you.
nice having you here.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
And that's a wrap on our first episode of the Ed Chronicles. Thank you so much for watching, guys. And if you feel like you have more questions that we did not get to answer, feel free to drop it in the comment section and you can always get it to Sam. And probably in another episode, we'll have him here. See you again in our next episode. Catch you.